Boa tarde, pessoal.
Tutegame César. Boa tarde, pessoal.
Hope you've got that winning attitude, driver.
Termina em 16 horas ainda. Eita.
Playlist cleared and ready for takeoff, driver. This season is all about luxury cars. If you've played the Ferrari playlist, you know what I mean. But it doesn't end there. The festival has invited numerous guests and brands to take part over the years. And now, the most prestigious brands are opening their doors to us.
Hello, my name is Mark. I'm the spokesperson of BMW Group Classic. If you buy a BMW, in my perspective, you want to drive. You want to feel the drive. You want to have a sheer driving machine. You feel it and you love it and you don't want to stop it because it's so cool. It's always on the edge, but you have to be able to handle it.
Three legendary letters. BMW. A playlist to discover what ultimate driving feels like.
Sidney Pereira 9493. GLV. Sidney Pereira 9493. SLV.
Boa tarde, tudo na paz?
What is next in line? What an impressive sports car you're driving.
Sidney Pereira 9493. GLZ.
Beleza, mano, e você?
Sidney Pereira 9493. Pegou quantos votos?
Ah, nem olhei, vou olhar lá agora. Só descer o carro aqui.
You're about to discover one of the most legendary cars in BMW history. It's so famous that it literally earned a place in a museum.
Sidney Pereira 9493. Eu peguei 11 votos.
3 só até agora, 3.
Sidney Pereira 9493. Você mesmo pode votar no teu carro. Botrix. Botrix entrou no canal com sucesso.
Ah, não,
Sidney Pereira
subiu não.
9493. Só uma vez por dia. Sidney Pereira 9493. Já foi, tá com 4 votos. Sidney Pereira 9493. Vai subir, demora a aparecer.
Uma fusquinha doida.
Sidney Pereira 9493. Boa.
Eu quero fusquinha com rodão desse jeito aí, ó. Eu devia ter comprado o outro.
Sidney Pereira 9493. Tá bom, ninguém votou em tu. Sidney Pereira 9493. Você voltou ontem.
Voltei.
All good to resume our progression on this playlist.
Sidney Pereira 9493. Ah, tá.
I noticed you recently bought the BMW M Hybrid V8. That sports car certainly sets the tone for the first event. But that's not the first vehicle you're going to drive in this race. Motorvest and BMW have something else in mind. Something truly special.
Como é que eu vou? Eu olho na loja para me comprar esse carro?
2 votos. 2 votos.
É. Devia ter jeito de ir lá na loja lá de uma vez, né? Daqui, ó.
Sidney Pereira 9493. Você vai ganhar ele no final de fazer toda a playlist. Sidney Pereira 9493. Você já fez essa playlist toda?
Não, comecei agora, ué.
Talking about the most favorite car is very difficult because the heritage is so amazing. But if you ask me for my
Sidney
personal
Pereira
opinion, it should be a BMW
9493.
3.0 CSL.
Então vai ganhar só
And
no
it was the
final
very
quando
first car
ganhar
as a
a
BMW
corrida toda a
Motorsport GmbH
playlist.
tuned for professional racing. In every facet it's very interesting and amazing. It was, for example, the most successful touring car of the 1970s. Was the very first car to wear the famous M stripes. So this is the real starting point of the whole legacy of BMW M. This is such a great heritage and legacy.
Sidney Pereira 9493. Amanhã vou atualizar esse jogo. Atualiza playlist nova.
16 horas ainda.
Alright, let's do this. Eyes up, stay focused, and put in the best possible performance. You've got to live up to this car's reputation. She's a legend, you know.
Sidney Pereira
Okay. It's probably something you
9493.
hear quite a lot in Motor
É
Fest,
só
I know.
amanhã.
But you gotta believe me. After BMW became popular in the 60s, their cars were more and more used by private motorsport teams.
Ah, hoje é
But they still
terça.
didn't have their own racing division.
Pensando que
So
hoje
they
é
started
quarta já,
in
ué.
1972. They called it BMW Motorsport, simply BMW M now. And that was their first car, the 3.0 CSL. And I mean, what a car. First off, she's absolutely stunning. Look at the iconic M colors on her body. Look at her shapes. Look at the perfection of her design.
Sidney Pereira
And more
9493.
importantly, she's so
Vira
light and
1h da
powerful, she
manhã,
won
mas
6
vou
consecutive
atualizar
European
só 10
Championship
horas
titles.
por aí.
Yeah. She's the most impressive of her times, and I can't believe how lucky you are to feel her in action on such a beautiful racetrack. Oh, and I'm Anna, by the way. Sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. I've been racing professionally for what, like 10 years now? More if you count the karting when I was a teen. As you may have guessed, I have a soft spot for BMW. That's why I've been asked to host this playlist. I've never raced for them officially, though, but life's long, so who knows?
What?
And here we go. I bet you didn't expect to ride a motorcycle for the second lap, did you? But actually, bikes are a really important part of BMW history. Did you know the first ground vehicle they ever built was actually a motorcycle? It was in 1923. Yeah, I know I sound nerdy right now.
É, a moto aqui não dá não. Moto aqui não dá pra primeira pessoa não.
The one you're riding is the S1000RR. It's what we call a superbike. Superbikes are extremely powerful,
Sidney Pereira
technologically advanced motorcycles that are
9493.
relatively light for the speed they
É,
can
não
reach.
dá, não é muito
They're
ruim.
designed for both
Ela
track
é-
and road use. And yours
Sidney
is the
Pereira
2015 edition of the
9493.
S1000RR. It's still pretty
Nem
great,
na
as
terceira
you can see for
pessoa a
yourself,
moto não
but
vira.
since then, they've released many more powerful editions. the BMW M Hybrid V8. What a beast. Released in 2023, this car has been built for endurance races, such as the 24 Hours of Le Mans, my area of expertise.
Podia bolar um jeito, né, de fazer corrida desse jeito, de troca de carro, só que parando num box, né? Ia ser legal demais.
Sidney Pereira 9493. Bom que eu trabalho só de madrugada.
Ó.
An endurance car has
Eu
to strike the
também,
right
começo a
balance
trabalhar
between performance
3
and
horas da
stability.
manhã.
They must go as fast as possible and yet
Eu
be
abro
able
lá
to
em
hold
3 horas da
Positivo.
manhã.
And the same goes for
Boa
you.
tarde, meu
If you're the
sobrinho.
racer inside the car, you must
Boa
get
tarde,
it
tia.
for a very long time
493.
while constantly making strategic choices.
Thaís Moreira
But
12.
today we're only doing a short race,
Boa
so
tarde
never
a
mind.
todos.
Just focus on being the best.
Sidney Pereira
hybrid V8 will do the rest.
9493. Eu também. Thaís Moreira 12. Lake garantido.
And that's it for the first glimpse into BMW's history. A real
Sidney
time travel.
Pereira 9493. Do trabalho é na live.
Ah,
Sidney Pereira 9493. Top.
The 3.0
eu vou parar
CSL was the
de
big
dar
surprise of the
viagem
first
rápida um
event.
bocado
Did you
e
enjoy driving it? I'm
ver se
sure
eu
you
acho
did.
caixa.
Let's go to Maui, where the rest of the playlist will take place.
Sidney Pereira 9493.
The BMW
É
3
muito bom
Series
viagem
is the
rápida.
core product of the BMW
Aí no
AG.
começo assim é ruim, porque você perde as caixas, né?
And the BMW M3 is
Viagem
the
rápida é
peak
boa,
development
quando
of
você
this
tem
whole
os
series.
carros tudo
If you talk
pago,
about the sport evolution,
não
it's
precisa
very
de
special.
caixa mais, não precisa
It was much
de
more lighter than the normal BMW M3.
dinheiro.
It has more horsepower. And it was only available in 2 colors. So these are all aspects
Cada
which
caixa
make the car
daquela,
very special.
dependendo da cor, é 18 mil a verde, né?
Sidney Pereira 9493.
É, caixa
Tá a
live.
caixa live.
É 18 mil a verde, acho que 30 mil a azul.
Sidney Pereira 9493. Maioria é roxa.
Eu já peguei das 3 já.
Now with the M3, we're touching on an important part of BMW's history, the 3 Series, the face of the brand. So, as you may know, since the early 70s, BMW has been dividing its models into 8 different series. The 3 is without question the most popular of them all. The one you're driving is the E30. It's the second in this prestigious line. and an instant hit in 1982. Not just for car enthusiasts, no, but for the mass market as well. They sold over 2 million. That's huge, especially since they weren't cheap. But this car deserved it. It truly did. For sure, it was the most powerful sedan available at the time. So, when BMW Motorsport needed to put a new car on the track, it was obvious they would create one based on the E30 and make it even better. And that's how we got the first M3 ever. We spoke earlier of the success of the 3.0 CSL, but it was nothing compared to what this car achieved. She's simply the most successful touring car in motorsport history. She has more than 1,400 victories. Yeah, I promise you. She won everything. Rallying, endurance racing, but also BMW's most beloved tournaments. The DTM, the German Touring Car Championship. The funny story is that BMW had to build 5,000 street legal cars and sell them to the public just so they could compete. And they did it. But they were skeptical at first because they thought it would never sell. Of course, they were wrong. They sold 3 times more than expected. Whatever the model, the E30 has left its mark on a generation. She's loved by underground communities for tuning, for drifting, but you can even see her on album covers and rap videos. She's a cultural phenomenon. It's wonderful to see this car taking over the roads of Maui.
It's time to continue our journey into BMW's history. This time we're going for a BMW Z. Do you know what the Z stands for? It means Zukunft, future in German. I guess it's BMW's way of promising they'll always keep innovation and experimentation in sight.
Até que você jogou esse aqui, Cid, ele é igual o do. Essas caixas é igual a do Tecrel 2, que os negócios vêm só pro carro que você tá, pra categoria de carro que você tá, ou esse aqui vem para qualquer tipo de categoria.
Sidney Pereira 9493. Não tem que pegar um específico, tu quer peça para o carro.
Ah, a peça vem aleatório. Ou vem específico por... Se eu pegar avião aqui, pôr o avião
Sidney
aqui...
Pereira 9493.
Vem
A peça
aleatório,
vem
né?
aleatória.
Eu ia perguntar você ontem, eu
Sidney
esqueci.
Pereira
Eu esqueci.
9493. Você também pode fazer fusão lá nas peças, usar as 3 peças roxa para criar amarela.
Ó, beleza, eu não sabia disso não, depois eu vou olhar lá, ué.
Sidney Pereira 9493. Você é o cara, pô.
Então essa aí ficou boa aí. Você pegar 3 peças que você não usa, de vez você quebrar, de vez você desmontar, você trocar para uma amarela. Onde eu olho isso?
Sidney Pereira 9493. Mas até amarela vem aleatória, tem que pegar na sorte.
Eu vi ali, na sorte.
Sidney Pereira
Aí,
9493.
eu já tenho amarelo aqui já, ó.
Só apertar o touchpad.
Foi pro mapa aí. É segurar, né?
Sidney Pereira 9493. Lanche peças, é só apertar o touch. Sidney Pereira 9493. Vai fazer fusão.
E agora? Você paga 9
Sidney
mil.
Pereira 9493. Mas gasta dinheiro e peça sobressalente.
Tô vendo ali.
Sidney Pereira 9493. Aperta o quadrado, figura quadrado.
Tô vendo se vale a pena, né, mano?
Sidney Pereira 9493. Se você quiser fazer o kit de nitro ou de outra peça, dá para fazer, mas demora.
E tem de dinheiro pra caramba. Eu vou juntar mais dinheiro. Antes de juntar mais peça também.
Sidney Pereira 9493. Dinheiro e sobressalente, mas fazendo corrida. Sidney Pereira 9493. Dinheiro. Sidney Pereira 9493. Você também pode fazer fusão em outras peças azul, verde ou amarela.
Beleza. Na amarela só para trocar de negócio, né?
Sidney Pereira 9493. Massinha amarela é para trocar por outra peça amarela o nitro etc.
Beleza.
Here we are. No special words from Mark, but don't worry, Anna has a lot to say about this car.
Eu joguei com esse carrinho demais no Need for Speed, viu?
The Z4. For a few moments, let's put aside vehicles designed for extreme racing and enjoy just driving for the pleasure of driving. Well, I mean, you still have an aggressive opponent in this race, of course. Where's the fun without one? BMW Z models are what we call roadsters. Two-seaters made for relaxing behind the wheel, appreciating the scenery, and the thrill of speed. And look at that. We just have the perfect spot and the perfect weather to enjoy this ride. The only thing you're missing is the wind in your hair. But you are driving a coupe cabriolet, so I guess you could theoretically enjoy the open air if you wanted to. Your car is the Z4E89, a very cool model for two major reasons. Number one, it's the very first BMW to have been designed by two women.
Yeah,
Juliana
Jay,
Brazzi for the
you
exterior and Nadia Arnaut for the interior. They wanted to break the classic roadster image with a car inspired by the human body, athletic and beautiful, designed for all driving enthusiasts. And number 2, the E89 has indeed been adapted into a real racing car. The famous, beautiful, and successful Z4 GT3. That's an obvious part of my passion for this car. I own the car you're driving. And did I forget to tell you that? I know what you're thinking. It's not as sporty as the others. And that's true. But on weekends, where I'm far away from the races, it's the perfect car for open roads.
Cadê, pessoal? Pediu aí pra mim, vai chegar não.
Our creators described her as an expression of freedom. Would you say the same?
The next event is going to be really different from the previous ones. Motorfest really wanted to show how diverse and surprising BMW can be. I won't say more, except that you'll have to go to the top of the mountain to see the starting grid. And you'll see, the beginning of this race is going to be memorable.
That's what I call a jump. I'm glad you survived that one. Hold on tight. The descent ahead is more dangerous than it looks. Awesome! It's for these unique moments that we all like to go off-roading from time to time. I gotta admit, it's not where I'm at my best, but I really wanted to get off the beaten track at least once during this playlist. BMW and off-roading have a strong history. They were famous in the Dakar Rally in the 80s, and they've been building bikes designed for the wilderness ever since. Your ride is one of them. It's an R1200 GS, and at BMW, every bike marked with the GS letters is a bike made for adventure. adventures, they can happen anywhere, you know? On the edge of the unknown or just down the street from your house. So they need to be prepared for every occasion. They're built for both city riders and budding explorers. Well, to be fair, this one's being prepped by Motorfest, so it's a little more suited for the extreme conditions than the ones you could find in a regular shop. But you see what I mean.
Ó, aí eu errando aqui, ó.
Another great race. You're not doing too bad.
Não vou tomar agora não, que isso, meu.
Our next race will be once again focused on BMW M vehicles. Speaking of which, do you know where the famous M colours come from? That combination of blue, purple and red? In the 1970s, BMW Motorsport wanted the American oil company Texaco as one of their sponsors. So, to win them over, they incorporated Texaco's red to the design of their first cars. When the deal was rejected, they decided to improve their livery by adding an extra blue line, the official colour of Bavaria, home of BMW. Then, to complete it, they finally added a purple line in between. And just like that, the BMW M colours came to life. Of course, nowadays, BMW says that the red colour stands for motorsport, not for Texaco. But I'm sure you'll think of it the next time you see the M logo.
Look at that lineup. You're up against BMW's finest, a collection of some of the latest M models. See that white car? That's an M8, a 625 horsepower monster made for everyday use. And the dark gray one over there? An M5 CS. We'll talk about her later, but let's just say that this series has been producing missiles since the 70s and it's not about to stop. The other ones are M2s and M4s. They come from series born in 2013 and 2014. Racing them is gonna be tough. The road is narrow, with a lot of sharp bends and not many places to
Da
accelerate.
égua.
Overtaking here is a challenge. You have to use the occasional straights with guts and confidence. Clearly my kind of track. To give you a fair chance of winning, we put you behind the wheel of the fastest production car BMW has ever made, the M4 CSL. Yeah, you heard me, a CSL. BMW only made 3 of these in 50 years. The first one was the 3.0 you drove earlier, and this is the third. And to make it even more prestigious, you can even notice a special emblem on her body celebrating BMW M's 50th anniversary. So the real question is, does she live up to the CSL legacy? Well, she hits 200 kilometers per hour in only 10 seconds and holds the BMW record on the famous Nürburgring circuit. What more is there to say? You better win with a car like that. CSL, competition, sport, and lightweight. I hope you felt that DNA at every turn.
Wonderful race, driver. Now let's head to Maui's volcano for the next event.
A 8.000 XP e 5.000 de dinheiro. meu não. Quando você troca de veículo, ela vem mais rápido, né?
Svarit. E aí, tu?
Boa tarde, Sarete. Tudo na paz?
Svarit. Tudo em paz e CTG.
Aí sim, mano, eu também. Graças a Deus, tudo na paz.
Svarit. Jogo irado não conhecer.
Tecreu Motofest. Aí, ó, a Fusquinha. Doideira. Foi feito no Havaí, mano, esse jogo, doideira demais, os vulcões aqui, as ilhas.
You'll be driving the i8,
vulcão.
the first plug-in hybrid sports car to go into series production. It's still as impressive as it was 10 years ago, but I'll let you be the judge of that.
Vença o relógio.
Okay, be careful. This outrun requires your utmost concentration. One mistake or two, and you're sure to lose. Stay sharp. I won't distract you too much, but I still gotta talk about that spaceship you're driving. Yeah, I'm sorry to call it that, but I'm sure you were thinking the same thing. And hey, I don't mean it in a bad way. I love the way she looks. BMW i8 is a car that stands out from the crowds. It's actually hard to believe she's indeed a production car and not just a concept. Like, it's crazy how futuristic she looks, even though she was revealed more than 10 years ago. The contrast of her colors highlights all her curves. And there's something about the way she's shaped that makes her intriguing and elegant at the same time. I'm glad the sun hasn't fully risen yet, because I find her even more beautiful at night. Those U-shaped taillights give her so much personality.
Maravilha. Like left.
Bora, Marata.
Maravilha. TMJ.
Tamo junto, Marata. Boa tarde.
You might be wondering what's the story behind that car. Well, it all goes back to the early 2010s when BMW I was created to develop a range of electric and hybrid vehicles within the brand. Only 2 models came out of it, the compact i3 and the i8, the sports car you're driving. There were never any others because they updated their strategy. Rather than creating a separate lineup, they now implement their technologies into their main series. A smart move, I guess. But I would have loved to see more cars like this one. The clock wouldn't outrun you.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I'm afraid we're heading towards the last event of this playlist. Yes, I know. Already. But we're not going to say goodbye without one last hooray.
Morreu. Pacotou. Quantos quilômetros que foi? Nem vi. Agora arrumar a peça para ele. Vamos ver desse outro lado aqui se dá. Ah, não é perto.
For this final race, you'll be driving not one, but 3 of BMW's finest vehicles. And I hope you've got some time to spare, because this isn't going to be a short trip.
BMW M is a sort of brand shaper for the whole BMW AG, because the image and the reputation BMW M has created is always related to sportiness and to peak performance. One of the hugest separations between maybe other manufacturers is the fact that a BMW is always sporty. The customer expects a sort of sportiness. He wants to drive it, he wants to feel the passion behind the wheel. And this is BMW.
Get ready. The weather is perfect for going on a long road trip. We're putting 3 BMW MCS to the test over very long distances, and it's your job to drive them one after the other. You remember what CS means? It's competition sport, the sportiest editions of BMW M. As you can see, we didn't even bother to close the roads, so you'll have to deal with the traffic. But you have no trouble dodging it, right? That wasn't an easy start, but you managed it like a pro. You've probably recognized the car you're driving. It's the M5 F90 CS, the one you went up against a bit earlier. The 5 Series is the oldest in the history of BMW. Not the oldest car, of course, but the first series they launched when they started this classification in the 70s. It's just crazy how much power there is in a car like that. She weighs almost 2 tons, and she's over 5 meters long. And in spite of that, she has 635 horsepower and can reach 100 kilometers per hour in only 3 seconds. For a sedan, wow. Like, imagine taking your kids to school with this. The temptation to step on the gas is way too strong. She might be too dangerous for your own good. However, her design is, well, let's just say it's not my favorite, but I see why people love it. It's just not sporty enough for my taste. But I must admit, I love the golden bronze color they added to the rims and front grille. That's her signature. It's so cool.
O que eu entendi que a mulher falou aí, que o cara socou o pâncreas dela. Socou no pâncreas. Ah. Ai, é muita sacanagem mandar a
And now
gente
we
ir pra
have an
contramão.
M3 G80 CS from 2023.
Trocou de
We've come a long
carro.
way since the E30. Don't you think it looks a lot like the M4 CSL? On the front end, mostly. Well, that's normal. Actually, the 3 and 4 series share the same engine and chassis base. Before 2014, the 3 series models were released in a large number of variations. Like, too many variations. So, ultimately, they decided to make things clearer. On the one side, there's the 3 series with sedans and estate cars, and on the other, the 4 series with coupes and cabriolets. And that's the main difference between the two. What do you think about her design? Personally, I love how aggressive she looks. The size of the double kidney grille divides BMW fans, but I think it gives her so much
Carro de
character.
rua com 8 marchas.
And finally, the icing on the cake. The brand new M2 G87 CS from 2025.
Trocou o carro,
And
mas
you
não
can try
troca
her here
o interior,
exclusively
não.
for the
Você
first
parou
time.
nisso?
BMW are so
interior
proud of her
ficou
that they
mesmo.
regard her as part of the BMW 2002 Turbo Heritage, and now it's one of the most beloved cars of the 70s. So, does she deserve this honorific comparison? I'll let you drive her for a bit, before giving my opinion.
Sidney Pereira 9493. SSE.
Até os volantes é a mesma coisa. Esse tá escorregando mais, hein? Chama a polícia! Fazendo a curva em 210 km/h. 240, isso. Vai olhar pro lado, vai.
Look how fast she can go. She's obviously the fastest M2 ever. But what I love most about her is her uncompromising design. People will be divided just like the M3 and M4, but I'm a fan. I mean, look at this. It's her production form, and it already looks like a professional tuner has fitted her with one of the coolest kits around. It's probably too soon to say, but I think she's my fave. Among the three of them, of course. I think it's simply more fun to drive.
Pra que essa velocidade toda, Júnior? Pra quê? Júnior, para esse carro, Júnior. Pelo amor de Deus, Júnior. Ah, ela me manda pra ó, me manda pra contramão.
Seijurão Gameplay. Boa tarde,
That
amigo.
was BMW M2
Boa tarde, Seju.
legend in the making.
Top. Seijurão Gameplay. Live top.
Topzera.
Seijurão Gameplay. Sempre.
Tá no meu coração também, Seju.
You haven't claimed your reward for this playlist. Congratulations, driver. You just completed the BMW playlist. It's time for you to get your reward. Let's get back to the container. If you care for the drive and are not in the mood for using fast travel, let me tell you a few things about that reward. It's a car you already know very well, the Batmobile. No, I don't mean the one from the movies. I'm talking about the 3.0 CSL. That was its nickname in the 70s. It was called that because of its aerodynamic spoiler. And a little fun fact, that spoiler was also featured in the street-legal version of the car. But to be allowed to sell it in Germany, BMW had to deliver it in the trunk. The customers had to mount it themselves. I can't wait to see you explore Hawaii in this historic car. Playlist unlocked. All clear for you to indulge in, driver. Back to where we left. left off. This season is all about luxury cars. If you've played the Ferrari playlist, you know what I mean. But it doesn't end there. The festival has invited numerous guests and brands to take part over the years. And now, the most prestigious brands are opening their doors to us. Our luxury car authority, the Archivist, has been invited by the greatest European luxury car manufacturers to discuss our common passion for beautiful vehicles and to show us the places where these jewels are formed. A grand tour of Europe that you'll be getting a taste of in this new playlist experience. Onto the container. You'll discover everything this voyage was about.
Não tem nada aqui não.
Marcos Animes D7D. Beleza, irmão?
Bora, Marcos, beleza? Tudo na paz?
Marcos Animes D7D. Deixei rodando um pouco.
Valeu, Marco. Boa tarde, tudo na paz por aí?
I had the privilege to be invited by prestigious European car manufacturers for a special visit. This was the beginning of my European tour, and the starting point for your new car culture experience.
Sei jurão play. Vice
My
tá
journey
bonito
would
hoje.
let me spend time
Marcos
among the
animes
finest
D7D.
machines the old continent
No
has
serviço.
produced.
Sei jurão play.
Olha!
Rosto lindo
French
kkk.
elegance.
Sei jurão
Aí sim,
play.
Marcão.
Vamos.
Vamos, vemos.
German peak
Vemos.
engineering.
Welcome to the Porsche Museum. First
Sei
and foremost,
jurão
Porsche is
play.
something you have to drive. You
Não
have to sit
grita,
in, you have
não.
to feel. If you sit in the car, then you directly recognize this is a Porsche. And
British craftsmanship.
Experience the bike that we already love. Character, performance, detail, quality,
Seu
and
lindo.
style.
I'll relate my journey for you and for my archives. These are my luxury chronicles.
São os gatos que ficam gritando aqui de noite, Seju. Depois eu vou pegar umas lives suas. Vou pegar você cantando. E vou pôr pra eles ouvir, pra ver se eles calam a boca.
13 events,
Ver
lots
se eles
of
ficam
side activities,
escutando você
prize money to
cantando.
win. The Motorfest has spared no expenses on this luxury experience. What is next in line?
Dá 12 quilômetros. 12 quilômetros é muito.
The tour starts now. Our archivist has documented the whole thing, so we can share with you here in Hawaii his luxury chronicles. Each car you'll be driving in this playlist is related to our archivist journey. Get to the event tag and discover what our luxury car authority has in store for you.
My trip back to Europe would lead me first to France, with a schedule full of promise. I couldn't wait to meet the people from Bugatti, embodiment of French car luxury, and spend time with some of the most brilliant machines in the country. But my very first meeting was with an equally interesting
Esse carro eu não sei
manufacturer
dirigir,
and a
não.
rather peculiar car.
Bugatti.
Genti Automobile and their first creation, the Accolade.
Volta.
My European journey was starting far from the buzzing cities, in the small village of Saint-Yor, in central France. When you get these notes, driver, you'll be driving the roads of Maui in the very cars I'm writing about, to get a proper French luxury feel without leaving Hawaii or the festival.
Voou. Não é pra voar não, carro.
The Accolade and Genti Automobile was such an interesting starting point for my tour. A newcomer to the French luxury car market, and their very first machine. This was very exciting. I got to learn everything I needed to know about this car. A car born from the passion of a creator who dreamed of building his own luxury hypercar with 4-figure horsepower and an unparalleled power-to-weight ratio from scratch. By the time you, driver, get my notes, the result should be in your hands.
Marcos Animes D7D. Time J.
Tamo junto, Marcos.
Marcos Animes D7D. Amanhã tem Verdão.
Pouco. Vai jogar contra quem? Campeonato Paulista. Já é a final já lá também, não é? Ou semifinal? É semifinal ou já é a final já? Já é primeiro jogo, final? Aqui o regulamento aqui em Minas Gerais.
D7D. Primeiro jogo da final.
Aqui em Minas Gerais o regulamento mudou. Agora a final é um jogo só. Cruzeiro e o Galinho Magricelo.
Excellence, rarity, and soul. The Accolone by Gente
Domingo. Dor no peito, pessoal. O que é isso? Dá essa... Então 5, 6 anos que deu isso e deu bronquite. Bronquite não, é broncopneumonia. Ó, começou a doer cedo. De madrugada, deu até febre de madrugada. Aí agora começou a doer pra caramba na hora que eu respiro.
Marcos Animes D7D. Se cuida, irmão.
Isso é esse aí dá para limpar o pulmão, ô Marcão. É para limpar o pulmão. Recalchutagem. O carro não tem a cada 30 mil quilômetros. Cada carro tem a especificação, né? Uns que é 60 mil, outros 50, outros 100 mil. O pulmão é 5 anos. Deus me livre, não para de brincar assim.
Para com esse cigarro.
O cigarro que...
Despite its rare and premium nature, luxury cars can take many forms and come from many places. Of course, they often come from well-established luxury manufacturers, and I was about to see a lot of these on my journey. But my visit at Gente has shown us that a luxury car can bloom from the vision and passion.
Esse carro é conceito, não é? Deve ser carro
my
de
second
teste.
stop in France has shown that luxury cars can also come from manufacturers that usually keep their distance from the luxury world. This stop was about a French everyday car manufacturer, Citroën, and their famous Citroën GT. The GT is a car which, according to its main engineer in 2008, was meant to be the supercar of 2025, the same year as this European trip. Talk about apropos.
Mulligan!
This car was originally made for a video game, but it had such an impact that they decided to make it a reality.
Marcos Animes D7V. Graças a Deus meu irmão parou com isso cigarro.
At the time, the possibility of having the GT be mass-produced was real.
Que bom, hein, mano?
But in the
Parabéns
end,
pra
the
ele, mano.
incredible vehicle would remain a concept car for the world to admire and a very privileged few to drive.
Marcos Animes D7V. É nóis.
É nozes.
With the Accolone and this Citroën GT, my tour was off to a great start. And it was only the beginning.
Things are getting serious. You're now about to focus on the most luxurious of French luxury car brands. No need to think twice. You've already guessed it. Our next event, Bugatti, now and then. Let's try that again.
Agora pega a égua do Bugatti. Eu não sei dirigir esse carro, não. Ele escorrega demais. Ah, esse aí? Ó. James Bond. Ah, vai trocar com o Bugatti, quer ver?
It was finally time for me to make a
merda.
stop in Mulsanne, home of the French
Esse carro é
luxury
bonito demais,
car
é o
and
interior
par
dele.
excellence, Bugatti. There is absolutely no way I could have skipped this more than 110-year-old institution. My enthusiasm was vindicated as I got to spend some time with the legendary machine that is the 1936 Type 57 SC Atlantic, designed by Jean Bugatti, one of the most beautiful Bugattis ever made. A car that embodies Bugatti's pioneering spirit and passion for perfection. What a pleasure it was to take this venerable machine through the picturesque countryside roads of France.
Barulho de Fusca.
Lucas Salvador no 4K. Parece Gran Turismo.
Gran
Lucas Salvador
Turismo,
no
é.
4K. Legal
Including
por
a
isso
single
carro.
all-black version that John Bugatti kept for himself.
Boa tarde,
Lucas
Lucas.
Salvador no
Whereabouts are a
4K.
long-standing mystery,
Sou
as
Lucas.
that particular vehicle disappeared during World War II.
Lucas Vibe.
Lucas Salvador no 4K. Amigo do apoio.
Ah, beleza. Valeu, Lucas.
To be honest, this special moment with Bugatti was one of the highlights of my European tour, especially when you know which car they're going to bring next. La Voiture Noire, a direct tribute to that all-black Type 57 SC I just mentioned. One of the most beautiful and most expensive cars in the world. Exclusivity, artistry,
400,
performance, and
não
luxury.
bateu 400
A
não.
car that is undoubtedly a worthy successor to Jean Bugatti's personal masterpiece. I'm pretty sure the man would have loved to see this.
Aqui tá fácil de dirigir, ué.
This was the perfect end to a perfect day. Festival goers, I hope you'll enjoy driving these as much as I did admiring them in their native land.
luxury chronicles continue. We're staying with Bugatti for one last French spin with a luxurious yet very intimidating car.
Oh, capotou. Bugatti, parte 2. Bicho é bonito, viu?
Day 4 of my glorious French sojourn. I was staying at Bugatti's for another day, and as the icing on the cake, Bugatti served me one last exclusive piece of art on a plate. The Bugatti Vision GT. Another car originally designed for the video game industry that made it to the real world for my pleasure and yours. If you're currently driving this car, and I believe you are, be cautious. This car may be a jewel. Once awakened, she becomes a beast.
Be kind.
Ó, o volante, doideira. De avião. Vai, bobão! Ah, seu trouxa! Eu joguei longe da ponte. E vem o outro, ó.
That, my time with Bugatti and the French section of my tour were coming to an end. My next destination, Germany.
This was a dive. Into French car haute couture. You're now entering the second part of this luxury vehicle experience, still narrated by our archivist. So next stop, Germany. A very special German car has been prepared for you.
After a marvelous French introduction, I was now flying to Germany to pursue my work on the European luxury brands. I was expecting great things from the upcoming meetings. This leg of the journey was a promising one, as I was about to meet my esteemed counterpart at Porsche.
My name is Frank Jung, and I'm responsible here at the Porsche AG for the corporate archive and the car collection. The archive is kind of the memory of the brand, the memory of Porsche. In between the 80 cars we're showing here, the car GT is one of the top stars. Top sports car of its time, a high-performance machine. And it's mainly made by hand.
My luxury chronicles were really shaping up, with one incredible encounter after another. And now, I was about to see Porsche as never before, with a special focus on the Porsche Carrera GT. Talking about German luxury cars without talking about Porsche would be nonsense. It is one of the names that belongs in the pantheon of luxury car culture. headed by my fellow archivist from Stuttgart, I was being honored with an insider tour of their museum, from which I was getting priceless notes and pictures for my archives and for Motorfest. Among all the jewels that surrounded us, the Carrera GT took a special place in our day. A car born from a streak of Porsche victories, made to compete with the greatest. Top sports car in the 2000s, and dare I say, one of the top sports cars of all time. What a day, and what a car. I couldn't have dreamed of a better way to start my trip in Germany.
Vou fazer a viagem rápida pra cá. Vou parar aqui, vou deitar um bocado. Tá doendo pra caramba. Tomar um remédio aqui. Vamos ver, né? Se melhora. Até amanhã. Fica assim então, pessoal. Obrigado aí pela presença de vocês. Fica com Deus. Até amanhã, se Deus quiser. Fui. Falou.